Hey there, Roy from Tapiofarms. I am beginning my journey in microgreens, and I have here 4 trays. I've got some seeds from Johnny Seeds. I've got some arugula, some broccoli, and some radish. Okay. This is the second day, and we have sprouts. We have some sprouts. With the arugula, it's coming out really nicely. I can see some coming out in the broccoli, and the radishes are also sprouting. Let's see if I can zoom in on. See, you can see the little tail coming out there. Very nice, very cool. Starting off with just these 4 trays because I don't have a lot of money, and this is the beginning. So, as I continue in my journey, in my adventure, in my quest, I will keep adding trays. I will keep adding racks. I will develop my system to be more robust and automated. But for now, we are going to leave it like this. I think there's a nice little moisture level here. I have had the fan on them for about 10 minutes now. I think that's probably good. And you can see the sprouted arugula on the bottom of this tray. I'm going to be kind of careful and try to place this on there gently. I've got some bricks that I'm putting on here for weight to help the germination process. I'm going to try and stop saying and so much. In this, that's part of the quest. That's a sub-quest. Okay, so I put the seeds on there so I know which ones are which. I've got 2 trays of radishes because I love radishes, and they're big and they seem easy to grow. That's what I've heard. So I've got these 4 trays. I've got these. What are these lights called? Barina lights. T8 LED grow lights. I've got 1 light hooked up to each shelf. Okay. And then I've got some interesting little side quest here. I bought some peas from the grocery store. A bag of peas, a pound bag, and they germinated. You can see some little tails sprouting out here. I don't want to kill any of these bad boys, but they germinated. They started sprouting, inch-long tails and stuff, and so I just placed them in this Tupperware container, and we'll see what happens in a couple days. So, then I've got some basil in a nice little thing I'll put in my kitchen. I've also got about 100 plugs of random stuff here. This is just, side information, not even relating to the microgreens, but, I got some peppers, some tomatoes, some cucumber, onions, that kind of stuff going to put out in the garden outside. But this is the main quest here. And I'm very excited to say that things are germinating. Things are germinating, and we're going to see what happens in a couple days, and in a week, hopefully, we will have the results. Maybe maybe it'll take longer than I'm expecting because it is quite cold down here, as you can see from this thermometer. It's about 33 degrees Fahrenheit, 53 degrees Fahrenheit, and 61 humidity. Not sure if that's the optimal levels yet. I'm still learning. Okay, so I will look that up. What are the optimal humidity levels? What are the optimal what's the optimal temperature? I'm sure it's probably around 65 Fahrenheit. And humidity, I'm not sure about humidity, honestly. I know nothing about humidity. So as far as moisture, I've got this fan, little standing fan that I can raise and lower to my desire. And I've got a way too expensive dehumidifier. That was $300. Oh, Ouch! And I've got that hooked up to a little hose running into this drain. So, that's all I've got so far. I bought these trays, these polypropylene trays from Bootstrap Farmer. The seeds, obviously, from Johnny's Seeds, based on a recommendation from a friend. The fan and the dehumidifier I just picked up at a local hardware store. Also, this thing, this sprayer, this thing is pretty great. Pretty great. You can pump it up. Not gonna lie, I kind of scoffed at this back in the day. Picked one up on a whim at the hardware store. It's not bad. I'm not gonna lie. Check this out. Press down the trigger. If you lock the trigger in, you don't even have to hold it down. You can just water your stuff without worrying about it. And once it runs out of pressure, you just repressurize it with the pump. Pretty darn cool, not gonna lie. Pretty dang cool. Pretty excited about that. I get it. I get it now, okay? It's not bougie. It's just efficient. Alright. So that's pretty much that. And now the failed side quest. Before my seeds came in, I just had some random packs of herbs laying around. And I threw them in here. And oh, look at that. Mold. Mold. That was before I got the fan and the dehumidifier. So, might actually put that outside. I'm gonna chuck that, chuck that away. You know, get that away from the other stuff. Quarantine it, exile it, throw it into the outer darkness. Yeah. And I will figure out a way to dispose of that. So the next quest, next sub-quest, mini-quest, is, whatever, I'll figure that out later. Getting a large rolling bin that I can throw all of this soil in, all of this used soil, all the moldy stuff, all of the failed experiments. And after I grow a tray of microgreens, I'm going to need a place to throw the soil. So I want to compost it. I'm thinking I'll have a smaller bin down here in the basement that I will throw all of the stuff in. Then I will carry that outside to a larger rolling bin, which I will have drilled holes in so that I can compost all of my materials in the holy bin. Now this is just me planning an experiment, so I'm not sure if it'll work. Probably going to have to invest in a pitchfork or one of those compost aerators, those giant corkscrews. So yeah, that's going to be fun. I'm excited about that. Composting seems like the way to go. And I've got a little yard that I can use, so I can keep it out there. I don't want to start a pile, a compost pile, because I don't want to attract varmints, and I want to be able to throw food scraps in there without attracting raccoons and skunks and rats, right? I don't want to become a nuisance to the neighborhood. You know, I want my neighbors to like me. So, yeah, that's that. One more thing. You'll notice that these shelves, if you look closely, this is actually one shelf that I had to split in half because where I live are very short. You know, I basically, look at that. Look at that. I'm 6 feet tall, okay? And it is the rafters, or whatever these are called, the joists, I'm not even sure. I will bump into them. I will bump my head if I don't sort of crouch down. These are 82-inch. And there's no way that there's clearance for that here. I already tried it, right? So, not gonna work. But for now, I just split it in half. It's all good. I've got these Barina lights daisy chained across the shelves. So it's all kosher. It's all copacetic, man. And we're gonna try this out. We are going to probably fail a lot, but that's just part of the process. That is part of the process. It's not failure if you keep going, you know? So anyway, that's enough of me babbling. That is the first update for the microgreens operation. Here we go.